Hey, well, hey there, everybody. It's Tommy, man, from Aces and Ashes. And a couple of things on the intro today that we wanted to go through. Number one, thank you so much for the response to the channel. We are getting a lot of likes, subscribes, people watching the videos, and I hope that you're enjoying them as much as we are making them for you. Second thing, I think you're really going to enjoy today's episode. We have Michael Abdullah back with us. Now, Michael is the owner of Fuego Cigar Shops in Las Vegas, and he's going to be with us about once a month to smoke some cigars, gamble with us, but also provide some information about cigar smoking in general, cigar shops, and introduce us all to some new cigars. We'll smoke those on the video and we'll talk about them, and hopefully that'll open up your cigar menu for you. And then the last thing is that this will be our last video for about a week and a half. We're going out to the Virgin Hotel, who is kind enough to let us film there in Las Vegas and make some new content for you. So after you watch this one, we'll be back in about a week and a half with some great new videos, lots of video poker playing. So stay with us, watch this one, and come back in about a week and a half, and we'll have some great new episodes for you. Thanks, and we'll see you soon.
It is another fantastic cigar episode. We have Michael Abdullah from Fuego Cigars. Michael, thank you for coming out again.
Hi, Tom.
You are...
Thank you, my man. I appreciate the invite. Any excuse to smoke cigars and gamble,
Yeah.
I'm all about it, baby.
I know. And we're going to maybe throw some drinking in here if a waitress comes by. But water, yeah, that's right.
Fiji.
Yeah, one thing we don't want is drinking and driving.
Yeah, no kidding.
Not for that. But anyway, today we're going to talk. So we're going to smoke. Well, tell us the cigar we're going to smoke.
This is the La Palina white label. It is a Connecticut wrapper. This is the Robusto size. It comes in a Robusto, which is about 5 by 50. Comes in a Toro, 6 by 50, and a Churchill, 7 by 50. Creamy, smooth, with a hint of white pepper.
Nice. Good for the beginner?
Absolutely, yeah. It's one of the cigars. A lot of people come into the lounge and they'll say, hey, just starting out, but I'm curious about cigars. I've had one at a wedding, or I had one on New Year's Eve, and or my dad smoked cigars, whatever the reason. But they're intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't want to start those guys off with a cigar that's going to put them on their ass. You know what I mean? A full-body Maduro or an Oscuro, something like that. So yeah, we've got several cigars in the humidor that are geared towards the milder smoker, and this is one of them. But not boring.
Give it a clip there. So for those of you that are just kind of starting out, when you cut these things, I cut mine, but what you're trying to do is just, thank you very much, is just try to clip kind of like a dime off of the top. You don't want to, people make a mistake and cut them way too deep, and then it unravels.
Yeah, so the wrapper of any cigar is responsible for up to 50% of the flavor of the cigar. Even though you've got all that filler in there and the binder, this outside piece of tobacco, the wrapper, is responsible for so much of the flavor that if you cut too low, there's nothing for the wrapper to hang on to, and it starts to unravel, and people rip it off and think they can still smoke it. You can, but you're losing all the flavor. So make sure you leave that shoulder intact and just snip the top of it.
Okay, cool. So we're going to light up here, and since I flew on in an airplane, Michael has the only jet lighter. I didn't feel like taking the plane down.
I'm gonna have to charge you for the butane. I hope you don't mind.
Yeah, it wasn't worth risking my life on that. But so we'll light these up, and while we're thinking about this, I was going to tell Michael. Oh, let me show you this too. So while we're sitting on gambling, we didn't get this on film, but I just learned a lesson here. Let me turn over here to see
this is how you do
Michael's machine. See that? Playing dollars. Just got a 4 5s there. So what I have learned from that is that as a gambler, if you want to get 4 of a kind, you should buy a cigar shop. Is that
yeah, it comes with the territory.
Okay, good. But I was going to tell Michael a quick story. So the jet lighters, you click them and they go down. So we're playing golf with me and a couple of guys and Mikey Thumbs, and we pull up to the 17th hole in the golf carts, and my cigar goes out, and I got to get out and putt, right? So I grab the jet lighter. It was the guy in the cart, his lighter. I grab it, start lighting up, touching my cigar up and everything. Good. Throw it in the, where the cup holders are in the golf cart.
Yeah.
We all go up and putt, and we're giggling and laughing and acting like idiots and not paying attention. We start coming back. We get all the way to the cart, and that's when I notice that my cart is on fire.
Wow.
On fire. It's like there's like flames going up like 3 feet in the front of it, in the passenger compartment, and enough that the roof is getting melted.
Oh my
And
God.
I used to work for the fire department, so I know how to put it on. So I took a Coke and a mixed drink and put it out. And
What
yeah,
happened? Was it a broken tank?
no, the lighter stuck on.
Oh.
And I just threw it in the cup holder, and it's like, this thing was melted. It's just melted.
Did you have to pay for
And
it?
so we go to the 18 floor plate. I bring it back in, and I go, the guy that worked there, his name Al, I go, hey, Al. He comes over, I go, something happened to your cart. The thing is like all melted and everything. He goes, oh, this is a good time that it happened because they leased the carts and they were just getting rid of them and getting new ones. He goes, don't worry about it. Like,
Wow.
Yeah. But boy, it was on fire.
You escaped there.
Yeah, anyway, but so as we talked about, let's get a hand going here. Let me get better. Oh, look at that! Right off the bat, that's just money.
Full
These
house.
fingers
Yeah,
are magic.
fingers.
They are magic. Look at that. There you go. But so, Michael, as we said, this kind of come down from Fuego Cigar Shop, a place that I've been going for years, and it is every time we have Michael on the show, I want to go out of my way because it's absolutely true to just say what a great place this is. Not only this year is it just awarded the best cigar shop in Las Vegas, but in my estimation, it should be every year. And I'm not just saying that because Michael's here and he's wearing shorts and he has great legs. I'm not just saying it because of that. It is a great shop, and the first time I went in there, they made me feel right at home, and it feels every time you go in there, it feels like it's going like you're going to Cheers. So one of the things we wanted to talk about while we're playing video poker here is how come not everybody goes into these shops, right? Why do some people? You explain it better.
Yeah, and it's a good question. Why I don't know for sure, but I have a theory after being in the business for 13 years. Some guys are intimidated by it. They'll walk in on a daily basis and buy their cigars and they bounce. Now, a lot of the times it's because they have something to do. They have to go to work or whatever. But a lot of times they're going home to smoke on their porch or in their backyard, and we invite them. We say, "Come and join us," and they eventually do. They eventually do, and they find out, oh, it's not a private club.
Yeah.
It's a public club. Anybody who wants to can come in and sit down and smoke, and they find out a lot of relationships are built as a result of that. A lot of really solid friendships
Absolutely
have come out of. I had a party at my house the other day with 60 guys. It was Joe, my general manager's birthday, so I had 60 guys over to my house, and I looked around the room, and maybe 4 of them I had known prior to the cigar lounge.
Wow. Yeah.
And I call 60 of them my friends. It's a pretty special. The cigar lounge itself, whether it's our lounge or your local lounge, wherever you live or you go to, it creates community. It's an awesome thing.
Yeah, there's no doubt. If you have the kind of personality that I do, I'm fairly reserved, and I'm not the loud guy and everything. And when I go into a crowd situation, I'm the kind of guy that I got to force myself to engage, right? And I want to, and I do. And every time that I've been in Fuego, somebody has engaged before I have. Hey, sit down and have a cigar with us. And there's 3 or 4 guys sitting there, which I know could be intimidating to people that you don't know, right? To sit down with 3 or 4 guys and have a cigar with them. But that's these things. One of the commonalities of these things is it brings people together. It's a focal point. It gives you something to talk about. It's, hey, what are you smoking? It's a conversation starter, and you're just going to find. You're going to find the best crowd in cigar shops.
You already have something in common.
Yeah.
It's not like you're going into a church setting where you might not be that denomination. I mean, it's
right.
It's you already have that in common. So let's start from there, and then then the movies come up and the trivia, the sports trivia, and the whether you're a sports fan or not, or politics or not. The only rule I have The only rule I have is I don't put any news and I don't put any politics on the TVs. I don't allow it. And there's a reason for that. It's just so polarizing.
Divisive, yeah.
Divisive, and it's just
Absolutely.
never in my 60 years of life have I ever had someone go, oh, you know what? You're right. I'm going to change my beliefs after all these years because of what you just said to me. That's never going to happen. So why even invite it? So I don't. That's the one thing. I don't have a lot of rules. My one rule is we don't watch politics or news on the TV. Because news, you might as well just watch a half hour of shitty bad stuff. That's all it is.
You're in there to. It's not, for me anyway. It's not the place where I'm going to go to solve the world's problems.
Right.
You know, the cigar shop. I'm going to. The beautiful thing about a cigar is that it takes 45 minutes to an hour to sometimes to an hour and a half to smoke.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And God, you know, our lives are just so crazy. And it's a great it's a great haven to go in and just not do that and just talk. You know, in fact, you know, when we come to Las Vegas, I certainly gamble, I certainly drink, and all that kind of stuff. But the thing I enjoy most about coming to Las Vegas is doing just like this: is sitting and chatting with people, sitting in the bar, having a drink. I don't need to go to the shows. I don't need to go over to this thing. I just want to sit around and be with the people that I want to catch up with and stuff. And that's how the cigar lounge is for me.
Yeah,
it's a great place.
Let's not kid ourselves. I'm gonna drop a bombshell on but men are different than women.
Yeah,
you know, whoa, right? Women can sit and chat with each other on the phone for an hour. They can sit over a glass of wine. You know what I mean? They can do that. Men, we can't sit idle. We get antsy. If I'm standing with a guy I really don't know, why am I going to stand there and talk to him? I'm not.
No.
But sit down, light a cigar. I'll sit there and talk to a complete stranger.
Absolutely.
And find out what makes him tick and vice versa. And all of a sudden, an hour and a half later, you have a new friend.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a if you are thinking about, I've been meaning to go by that place, or if you've driven by your local place and you think, I'm going to stop in and get some cigars and then I'm just going to skedaddle, get out of there, go in there. Here's the thing I think about all the time. So when I was a kid, I grew up in Chicago on the south side, and my dad, I was 5, 6, 7 years old, right? And my dad would go get a haircut every week. Wow. And as a kid, it's not like he was a good looking dude, right? Yeah. Like he had to, keep everything trimmed and everything. He was just average Joe. And I remember thinking as a kid, why are we going in here every week to the barber shop? What's going on? And so I'd go with him. Sometimes my sister would go with him. And we would always sit in the back room. They had a back room. Okay. And there's all these big burly guys in there all the time on the telephone. And we'd watch TV, and there's a TV back there. Well, come to figure out in my later years, it was a bookie joint. Yeah, that's awesome. Right? And they would sit there and bet on the games and stuff. Sure. They didn't need a haircut every week. They just sit there and bet on the stuff. But it was just to hang out with the guys. Yeah. It was, they're not betting thousands and all that stuff, but it was just hanging out with the guys, taking 2 hours out of their Saturday and that's what a cigar lounge is. If you enjoy doing that, I think we just one of the points we're getting across here is just go try these places out, go sit in there, and you got you got one with a club even, right? Yeah, we've got in our Henderson location, we have a retail store just like the one on Sahara, but right next door there's a private lounge. It's called 24/7. And it's members only, and you have a key fob, and you can go anytime you want, so 24 hours. Yeah. Kitchenette, locker, you can bring your own alcohol into that location if you want. Yeah, no, we joke, we call it daddy daycare. Yeah, absolutely. We are a home, we are a place, a lot of retired guys who love their wives, and their wives love them, but neither of them wants to be with each other for 24 hours. Everybody needs a break from everybody, right? So we got a group that comes in, and they're there at 9 in the morning, and they stay 4 or 5 hours, and then they go home. It's their home away from home. So what would you recommend to somebody that is thinking about this, but they're worried about, are there rules? Are there, is there decorum that I need to follow? Etiquette? Yeah, etiquette. Yeah. You know what? It's not brain surgery. There's no science to it. It's just guys hanging out. You'll get the feel for the lounge.
In the beginning, I would do more listening than talking. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
To find out the temperature of the room, find out if it's the kind of guys you like, and then make a choice from there. Worst case scenario, you spend an hour and a half. If you hate the experience, guess what? You don't have to do it again.
Right. Right.
But chances are you're going to enjoy yourself. And you don't have to go and talk to people. If you want to go and listen to a book on tape, audio book, you can do that. Put your headphones on, sit by yourself, relax. You could take your laptop, do some work, answer some emails by yourself. We have both. We have a communal table, we have communal sitting areas, and then we have areas where people can go off by themselves, because that's sometimes what you want, and sometimes what you need.
You know what I think is a good way to, like, if you're thinking about breaking into it, you know what I'm gonna do? Go when there's a game that you want to watch,
Yeah, great idea.
right? Because if I'm not saying your wife doesn't want to watch or you want to, whatever, but it's like, hey, I want to watch this game. If that's your time, go down there, because that gives you whatever kind of game it is, a tennis match or whatever, a couple 3 hours, right?
Yep.
And everybody's going to be into it. That and the cigar are a common focal point.
Yes.
And if you need to ease into talking to people and listen to what's going on, which I agree with you 100%. I mean, I think you don't want to go in there like, balls of fire. Just,
because it's, a lot of times these guys are with each other every day.
Yeah.
And, they've been doing it every day for years, and all of a sudden you come in and you take over the conversation. You don't want to do that.
No.
That will come with time.
Yeah.
The more comfortable you get, the better you know them, the better they know you. Your true personality can come out. But in the beginning, respect the fact that you're in somewhere new. You're in you're in a community that these people have established, and you'll definitely be made part of it. Just let it come naturally. Don't force it.
Yeah, I mean, I've never seen. I've seen people go in there and be boisterous and stuff, and you can tell people a lot. But in general, I've never seen like the crowd rise up and throw people out of a cigar lounge.
Right.
It's not going to be any kind of a situation like that.
13 years, I've had to ask 3 people to leave. So
just too loud and too
whatever.
Being dicks.
They're just not aware of their surroundings. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Without naming names or getting personal, they're just not aware. You got to read the room. It's just like anywhere. It's like anything. A cigar lounge is no different. Just because we're men and we're cavemen and we sit around and smoke, you don't get to act the fool.
No, you don't go into somebody's houses and start rifling through their cabinets and stuff. Now I know way back in the day, like when people used to bring. I even did when you were next to this sandwich shop. I just go down there and get sandwiches and bring them in for everybody, and that's a good icebreaker.
We allow people to bring food in. Some lounges don't. They don't want to clean up after it.
No alcohol, though.
We don't allow alcohol just because the city doesn't allow us to. But in the Henderson store, you are able to bring in your own bottle. You just have to bring in the receipt.
Even not in the club, just in the general store.
Correct. In the general store, you can, because Henderson's about 25 minutes away from the Sahara store. It's a different county.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
It's county, we're city. So, we allow food. People have DoorDash or Uber Eats. We want you to be comfortable.
Yeah.
We know you have a choice when it comes to spending your money, your hard-earned money. We want to make you comfortable. Period. That's it.
And you've got an incredible humidor for people to choose from.
We're pretty proud of it.
You're going to find something in there that you like, and if you don't, you've got people like Michael, the other guys that work in there that can guide you into something like this. What do you think of this one?
I love the La Polina.
Yeah.
Anything they make, I'm a big fan of.
I'm loving this too. I get Thummy and I always talk, on the phone about smoke the same cigars, but and talk about them. But I get a lot of leather in this one, which I like. You know what this brings me back to? And this is the other thing too, smoking cigars. I told Thummy this, that when I taste leather in a cigar, it reminds me of being a 7 or 8 year old kid playing Little League, standing in the outfield chewing on my mitt.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's what it tastes like. The strings and stuff.
Yes.
Just waiting for the ball to be hit. I get leather out of the cigar, and I go right back to being 7 years old. Yeah.
Because I've struggled personally. I'll be honest with you. When people say I pick up leather, I do in the sense that I smell leather. But I remember chewing on my glove too.
Yeah. Or going into a sporting goods store when I was a kid, and I could never afford it. But remember when we're close to the same age, but when the NFL back and then the football was called the Duke. That was the name of the football. But I remember going into and you could buy an official one, but we didn't have the money for that, so I'm never going to buy one. But I'd pick it up off the shelf of the sporting goods store, smell the football, and it's that leather smell. And I'm right back I'm in the outfield. I'm in the sporting goods store again. Yeah.
I love that.
That's so good. And I think this is, like we said at the beginning too, this is a great cigar for somebody that's new into it. Doesn't know what they want.
It's $11. It's not a $30 cigar. You don't have to go. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get a good cigar.
No.
How were you introduced to cigars? What was your first cigar?
Oh, so the first ones I can remember smoking was in high school. I never bought them, but somebody would have what they're called the Tiparillos, with the white mouthpiece thing and stuff like that. Yeah. And
did you ever smoke cigarettes?
Never smoked cigarettes.
Me
No, I didn't. Both my parents did. Yeah,
mine too.
Yeah, they smoked cigarettes. So by byproduct, I smoked probably 80 cartons growing up in that house. No, and so that I had a few of those in high school, and then really it came. I'll throw it out. I mean, I lived in the dorms. I went to UCLA and got kicked out of the dorms, but that's a whole nother story. And moved in with these 4 other guys. And in the living room, I had a poker table. I bought a poker table, and we used to play poker almost every night, all of us together in there. And we just started smoking cigars because we were playing poker and drinking beers.
Wow.
And so, but of course, paying no attention to what we were smoking, just going in and buying some stuff and things like that. And that's really how it was. And then I just kind of smoked off and on. And then I would say, I don't know, about 20 years ago, it was like, oh, okay, I want to get a little bit more serious about this and just know what I'm doing, and because I enjoyed it, and so now,
that's great.
Yeah, I mean,
you golf quite a bit, or
playing golf, and we used to have this one guy that at the place that we belonged to, he would travel to a lot of different countries, and he was a big cigar smoker, and so he would bring back Cubans and things from all over the place, and nice enough to give me one every once in a while, and I like those, and then we used to bet on this guy, and we would bet how many cigars he would smoke around, and we'd have over-unders on that and have a pot going and stuff. And I think the most that guy smoked in a round that I can remember was 8.
Wow.
8 and 18 holes.
Wow. Yeah. That reminds me, when we went to Cuba in 2017, there's 8 of us went. We rented a house. My friend and I, he's a doctor in town. He's a pulmonologist. He's a lung doctor.
Oh, geez. There you go.
One of the best in the country. And we said that night, okay, tomorrow morning we're going to do the contest. We're going to see how many we can smoke. And we went toe-to-toe, and at about 2 in the morning, I waved the white flag at 13 cigars. He smoked 16 cigars that day. Yeah, right down to the nub too. We weren't smoking halfway through. He smoked 16 in one day, so he got the medal.
Yeah, that's a tremendous amount. I used to. I'm sure this story will come up again, but so when I was 15, this guy down the street got me a job. He was a general manager of this hotel, and he got me a job at this hotel, this kind of hoity-toity hotel, and. So I was the pool boy, and
this is in Chicago.
No, this is in California.
Oh, okay.
And the guy that owned it lived next door, and so I'm a 15-year-old kid, right?
Yeah.
And he comes over one day and he goes, "Hey, can you cook?" I'm like, hell yeah, I can cook. What do you want? And he goes, "Can you clean?" I go, "Yeah." Well, his housekeeper just quit. He said he wanted to give me a chance to earn some more money. Really nice guy. He's like, "Hey, you want to come over here 3 days a week and cook me dinner and clean my house?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do. I'm in, right?" So this dude.
How do you know how to cook?
My mom had died when I was younger, and so my dad didn't know how to cook. So it's kind of like cook or don't eat, So I don't know how to cook good stuff, but he just like casseroles and stuff like that. So anyway, I go over to his house the first day, and he starts laying down the rules to me. This guy had cigar boxes that were about this tall and about that big, and a little bit bigger than a pack of cigarettes.
Okay.
And they probably held, each box probably held 50, 60 cigarettes, right?
Okay.
And so I go over there like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or whatever, and I had to refill the cigar or the cigarette boxes for this dude. And if I went out there on Monday, and around this guy's house, he had a pretty big house, so 50, 60 cigars a box. There was
Cigarettes or cigars?
Cigarettes. Okay,
Cigarettes.
and there was like 20 of these boxes per
Okay.
house, right? And I'd go over there on Monday, and I'd come back on Wednesday, and they'd all be smoked.
Oh my God.
If he got into cigars, he might be able to take that contest.
Yeah, no kidding.
Man, and Marlboro Reds. Marlboro
Oh
Reds.
God.
Like I mean, he would smoke, 200 a day.
Oh my God. Brutal.
He lived to be like 90.
Yeah. Good for him.
Anyway, back to the cigar shop, and that was kind of your goal, though, right? I mean, you wanted to be in business to sell cigars because you like cigars and everything, but you wanted to create an atmosphere, right?
Exactly.
You wanted to create a place.
Yeah, I figure if I've got to be somewhere in the first 6 years, I was there 10, 11 hours a day, 6 days a week. I was there a lot in the very beginning. I wanted to hang out somewhere fun, somewhere relaxed, somewhere enjoyable. Right. So and all the guys that have been with me, Scotty's been with me 13 years, Rick's been with me 9 years, Joe's been with me 5 years. Antonio's been with me from the beginning. It's a great atmosphere.
That's fantastic.
It's great. It's a relaxed, fun. We're not solving all the world's problems. Nor are we trying to. We're creating a business where people can come and relax and enjoy themselves. Period.
And you know what else you did? I mean, you know what else you've done? I don't know if you ever think of this, but you created a job for those people for decades. That pays their mortgage and everything, and I'll bet you if we got those people down here one time without you and said, "What do you think of this?" I bet they love going to work every day too.
I hope so.
Yeah, they wouldn't stick around for that long if they did.
I hope so. I mean,
good for you.
You can believe this, but some owners of cigar shops don't let their employees smoke during their shift, and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. I just don't get it. So my guys smoke, and they know they're pretty knowledgeable. They can, each and every one of them can guide you.
Well, they need to smoke to be able to guide you, right?
Sure, exactly.
Because if I come in there and I'm the novice and I want to know some information about a cigar and I want to get something I like, I want somebody in there I don't want somebody standing there with their thumb up their butt going, I don't know, I don't even smoke cigars.
Exactly.
Yeah, you want.
No, we're very fortunate. I mean,
man,
I
love that place.
You read our Google reviews and Yelp reviews. People always comment on the staff. It makes me very, very proud and grateful and happy.
Got to, absolutely. Everybody has had jobs that they just wake up in the morning and go, oh shit.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this again. Right? And I guarantee you, those people get up and it's like, I don't want to sleep anymore because I want to go to work.
I hope so.
Yeah, they do. You built something really special around there, and as a customer, and
what do you
not
the jack for?
I don't know,
just the ace.
Yeah,
Not 4 aces,
and not. You're a genius, Wild E. Coyote, super genius. I own a mansion and a yacht. There you go. I know. I'll bet if we get comments on these things, people are just going to be shredding me like, you either need to talk or play video poker, but you can't do both at the same time, buddy, because you are.
Can you gamble in Indiana? Are there casinos?
Yeah, there's a Caesars that's about 25 miles from our house, a Caesars Horseshoe, and there's a Harris that I've run across. Yeah, and then I haven't lived there that long, so I don't know it that well, but I know you get downstate. So Indianapolis is kind of right in the middle of the state there. And I know you get downstate, and I know that I see commercials all the time. There's a big golf resort at Terre Haute, and big, I think there might even be 2 casinos down there.
Very cool.
Yeah, Indiana. I found out moving there that there's just not a whole lot of rules about anything.
How did you end up in Indiana?
Nice. So way back when I got married in '83, and '87, we drove back to visit some people on the East Coast, and my wife had some relatives in Indiana, and we bought our house in '87 in California, and so we go to her uncle's house in Indiana, who had just bought a house, and our house was about as big as this card, right?
Yeah.
And the yard was like, about that big, and he paid $10,000 less for his house, and the house was as big as this, and the land was as big as this, and we just went, we just kind of filed it away, and then we talked about, oh, you want to go back there, and then our eldest son decided he was going to Indiana University.
Okay.
So we didn't move out, and then we still had 2 other kids. And then when our youngest graduated from high school, he's getting ready to graduate. We're like, we're out of here. We're just gonna leave and try some new place. So our youngest ended up going to Indiana University too, which is great because we got
How many kids there?
3. We got in-state tuition, which was great because I've got a for my oldest son. I've got an Indiana hoodie. I've got a $200,000 Indiana hoodie for that out-of-state tuition. Yeah, and I've got like an $18,000 hoodie for my other son.
You like that kid better?
Yeah, I like that kid in that hoodie better. So that's and then it's worked out pretty well.
What's the city you live in?
We live in Indianapolis, but we live north and east, so we're just barely on the border of. We live on a lake there, around the border of. It's called Fishers and Indianapolis, but we're on the Indianapolis side. Yeah, it's great. There's lots of stuff.
You have a cigar lounge you go to?
I do. There's a cigar lounge probably about 3 miles away. I go down there and
what's it called?
Havana Cigar Lounge, and they've got a great cigar menu in there. They've got food and drink in there too. So it's a pretty big place. It's almost kind of like a restaurant type of place. Nice. But yeah, I go in there, and then there's a guy that I go. A little bit farther away, not too far though, but I go and buy cigars from him also. Okay. Oh, speaking of that, talk about the house before we sign off. Talk about your house brand and your mail order and stuff like that. So
so we have our
I'll
website.
Keep gambling.
Yes, go for it. We have our own house cigar that we roll in the Dominican. And we ship up here every 6 weeks. And we have our website. It's in fuegolasvegas.com.
Which we'll put up in the comments for everybody.
Yeah, and on our website, we only sell our house blend. Because I don't inventory enough of the name brands to be an online distributor.
Okay.
That's a whole other business.
Yeah.
That I was late to the game, and now I'm too lazy to get into. So yeah, we offer our house blend on our website, and it ranges from $7 to $12.
Okay.
And you got to go for the Royal there, son.
You got to go for the Royal. I mean, we're here to gamble, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean,
go for it.
Well, here's what I don't get is like, I got $1.25 at risk.
Yeah.
Right. Well, and I take it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay.
Take a shot. Oh.
Got it. Oh, shit! It almost
cheated you.
Anyway, go ahead. So you got the website.
On our website is just our house cigar. It's our biggest seller. We have a natural, mild to medium, and we got a sweet tip cigar. And then we've got the Maduro. And then we've got some others, my San Andreas wrapper, a couple of different cigars with different wrappers. We have flavored cigars, rum, blueberry, vanilla, coffee, cognac.
Oh, you got coffee?
Yep.
I haven't tried that. I regularly, when I go in there, I regularly buy the sweet tip.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not an infused, cigar, but it just has a little bit of
it's a natural cigar, but just the cap is sweet.
And I don't know what it's like. It tastes like it's like gum or something.
Yeah,
it reminds me of bazooka gum.
Yeah.
Right?
It's a honey-based recipe. It's great. That's our biggest seller. We do a lot of rolling events for weddings and corporate events. There you go. And that goes 2 to 1. The sweet flies off the shelf.
That's how we got actually in the beginning. That's how we got introduced to the shop before you owned it. Doing a sales meeting for the place that we worked in Las Vegas, and I went in and talked to Ken. I had driven by it, and I went in and talked to Ken about doing an event, and he sent Antonio. Antonio out. I can't even remember now. It was probably 20, 25 years ago. And it was
Kenny
great.
bought it in 2007. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and it was a great event, and. So look into that if you come into town, but definitely don't. If you're a tourist, don't think that it's way too much of a burden to get to Fuego. It's easy. It's just off one of the main freeways.
Yeah.
Where you'll see the address. It's on Sahara. It's west of that, and like I said, you will enjoy your afternoon in there. But plan on making
15 minutes from any hotel on the strip.
Yeah. Easy Uber if you're not renting a car. And,
right.
Beautiful. But
Come by and say hello, mention this, and we will take care of you.
Michael, thank you so much. And
Thank you,
we'll have
Tom.
some more episodes coming up. And everybody, if you like what we're doing, we've got other episodes where we're doing some recipes for those of you who need to cook. We're drinking some wine and talking about wine, cigars, travel, all kinds of stuff. So please like and subscribe us, and hopefully we'll be able to bring you some more content.
Thanks.
Thank you, sir.
Take care, brother.
Awesome.
Well, I hope you liked today's video. Covered a lot of information with Michael Abdullah. Remember, in Fuego Cigars in Las Vegas, and you can also go on enfuegocigars.com and get some mail orders, house selection cigars from them. Really good cigars. Keep in mind, we will be back on November 11th with a brand new video, and then every Tuesday and Friday after that. So in the meantime, if you haven't seen all of our videos, we have some up there for you to watch. And if you would take the time to press the like button and the subscribe button, and by all means, send us all the comments you want. We'd love to hear them. So again, we'll be back on November 11th, and then that's a Tuesday. So every Tuesday and Friday after that with new videos. Take care and hope to see you soon. Thank you.
Thank you.